YouTube, what's going on? I'm gonna be honest with you. This may not be the most cohesive or structured talk that we've had before, but I'm just gonna go in. The point of this conversation right now is to have an abundance mindset. That's the idea that I'm trying to communicate to you right now. It's important for you to have an abundance mindset. What do I mean by an abundance mindset? I mean that when you find someone else in your field that does what you do, yes, sure, technically, from a very literal perspective, he is your competition. But realistically and practically, you don't really have any competition. Why? Because it's so much success for everybody to get in your field that really everybody can be successful. Maybe not at the same time, but everybody can be successful and everybody can eat. At least that's how you have to look at things, right? Not only do you not have any competition, but you don't need every single person in your industry to say yes to you, right? You don't need every single opportunity that you come across in your path to work out for you. Why? Because you have an abundance mindset. In your mind, you think this is not the only opportunity. This opportunity right here is not going to make or break me. Yes, it can propel my career forward, and it also could, if I don't do what I need to do, it also could hold me back a little bit. But there are going to be many big opportunities, many impactful opportunities for you in your path. So you have to have that mindset where it's like, this is not the only thing that's here for me, and I don't have to fucking jump off a bridge if I'm not successful in this particular instance right now. The power that having an abundance mindset gives you is it gives you peace and it gives you confidence. It gives you the peace of mind understanding like, damn, okay, if I don't make this shit happen, there's always tomorrow. And it gives you confidence saying the same thing. If I don't make this shit happen, there's always tomorrow. So there's not as much pressure on me right now to make this one thing work. Why do I bring this up? As of right now, right? It's another one of my get rich quick schemes, right? It's not a get rich quick scheme, but you know, it's another one of my missions, right? And that mission is, you may have heard of it, that mission is wholesaling. I'm almost embarrassed to say it because I don't know, with all these like missions and with all these like, you know, I guess like business ventures, they all just kind of have a particular brand about them to where it's like, this is damn near impossible and borderline sleazy. You're not going to be successful with this thing. Oh, here goes another dreamer, whatever. Fuck you. Keep your opinions to yourself. This is what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm really trying to do it so that I can fuel and fund bigger plans and bigger missions. As soon as I get enough money to where I can fund my bigger mission, fuck wholesaling. Because I personally, I don't really enjoy this, but this is something that I think is a good skill to have. It's a lucrative skill to have. So I'm going to pursue it and I'm going to try to be successful in it, blah, 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 whatever. If you don't know what wholesaling is this. Wholesaling is the act of lowballing, basically, right? You are lowballing a owner of a home or a real estate agent, and you're trying to basically offer something where, you know, it's low enough to where an investor would see this property at the price that you attained it for, and they have enough space to make improvements on it and flip it for a profit and sell it for a profit. The reason you would wholesale is because you would get that property that someone's selling or whatever, typically distressed, typically needing renovation or whatever. You would get that property, you would get it under contract. You would say, hey, I'll offer you, you're selling this property for $50,000. I'll offer you $20,000 for it. You might get cussed out. You might just meet somebody that really, really wants to sell the property and it's not selling. So they say, fuck it, I'll take your $20K. You then put that property under contract and that stops other people from buying it, right? You put that property under contract and then you take that contract and you go find a buyer that wants to buy the property. You then say, hey, I have this property under contract. I'll sell you the rights to purchase this property, but it's going to cost you $10K. They crunch their numbers. They see that this property after renovations is going to go for a lot of money. They flip it. Everybody wins, except for probably the person that sold the house. I mean, they won because, they agreed to sell it at a particular price, and it is what it is. But, they're definitely not going to be the happiest people in this situation. Anyway, it's inherently difficult because you're trying to get the seller to sell for less while trying to get the buyer to buy for more. So it's difficult. I bring this up because tomorrow, right now, it's probably like, I don't know, maybe it's like 12 o'clock at night, almost 1. So I can't do it right now, but tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to make my first call, my first offer to a real estate agent. I've been doing my analysis and I'm thinking it's a good deal. I'm gonna make a lowball offer. He might show up to my house and shoot me. I don't know. And honestly, like, I don't, you know me, man. I don't get nervous. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a little nervous, okay? I'm a little nervous just because, like, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I just want it to go right. And this is my first time. And, it just might not go right. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to remind myself of is I have to have an abundance mindset. I have to have the mentality that it's like, okay, not only, and here's the thing. I'm doing on market properties, right? I'm doing on market properties, and I'm looking on Redfin and I'm like, yo, in Baltimore, there are so many properties. There are so many properties that are like, distressed and in need of renovation. And there are a lot of properties on there that have been sitting on the market for tons of days. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if this guy says no, there's a possibility that one of the other 100 houses may say yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, practically, when looking at the facts, I can identify that, even if this goes absolutely horrible, it's not going to be that big of a deal because I can just move on to the next property, to the next real estate agent. But at the same time, it's like, damn, bro, like, I kind of want this to go right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think, and here's an important idea, right? Because when people are at the first step of making an actionable move towards their goals, towards their dreams in their journey, sometimes they can just get a little bit of stage fright, and then they slip into that paralysis by analysis. I want you to use me as an example. Again, I am not perfect. I am not I'm telling you to have an abundance mindset, and here I am in fear of this one deal not going through. Whatever. What I'm saying is this. I want you to look at me and the situation that I'm in right now, and I want you to understand that it's important for you to fail forward. It's important for you to make that decision while you're nervous. Make that decision while you're fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people sometimes, they get to that moment where it's like, okay, maybe, I don't know what I can compare it to, but like, let's say, okay, boom. Let's say you want to sell t-shirts, right? Or you want to sell hoodies, right? And you spent weeks on end designing the hoodies, weeks on end designing your website. You spent time talking to vendors and da-da-da and da-da-da. And you were really focused. You were really ambitious. You were really driven. And you were really, just obsessed with the mission. You approached your mission and your dreams exactly how you were supposed to up until the moment it's time to post. Because when it's time to post, when it's time to go live, when it's time to say, hey, I'm selling my hoodies to everybody, when it's time to get a no, everybody gets cold feet. Everybody starts getting scared. When there's no opportunity to fail, when there's only like learning and analysis and, preparation, it's like, oh yeah, I'm on it. I'm this, I'm that, I'm blah, blah, blah. Some people are not like this. Some people, they just, that they watch one video, then they hop on the phone, boom, 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 and they start learning through experience. They let life teach them, which is honestly the best way to go. But a lot of us will sit here and try to make the situation as perfect as possible before we make that first step. It's important for you to have an abundance mindset, right? If you're selling these hoodies, right, and you make your first post, and let's say it gets fucking 0 likes. Your shit gets 0 likes. It gets some hate comments. That shit is ass, nigga. Nobody buying that shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to have an abundance mindset. You have all the time in the world. Well, maybe not all the time, but you have the rest of your life to get better. You have the rest of your life to get better. These are not the only hoodies that you're going to make. So you post them, you get 0 likes. People tell you it's trash. What do you do now? Do you quit? No, you go back to the drawing board. You go back to the vendor and say, hey, they didn't like these designs. Can we try these ones? Or, do you have any ideas about how we could switch this up? There is a whole world. There is a whole world of ideas and different ways that you could leverage other people's creativity, other people's resources. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much opportunity for improvement, and there's so much opportunity for success in your field from a literal perspective, to where it's like your first post should not be something that you lose sleep over. Your first post should not be something that you hesitate on. And here's the thing. The longer that you hesitate, the more that you put off the success, the more that you put off you going through that learning experience and that learning curve, to where it's like, okay, my first post was shit, but my 10th post, okay, I got a little motion. You know what I'm saying? My 20th post, oh fuck, I got my first order. That's what's up. My 30th, my 50th post, now people are posting themselves on their story with my hoodies. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get to that 50th post. You cannot become the best anything in the world. You cannot become extraordinary at anything unless you make that first step. And I'm really talking to me, right? There's no way I'm going to make 10 bands, 20 bands, 30 bands, 50 bands, you know what I'm saying, 100 bands, $1 million. There's no way I'm going to make any money at all if I don't just wake up in the morning tomorrow and just call this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I've been on Chat GPT, the AI system, if you don't know what that is. I've been on Chat GPT, and I get on the voice thing, like I talk to it and I say, yo, I want you to role play. Relax. I want you to role play as if you're a real estate agent and I'm trying to buy a house from you and I'm trying to lowball you. And I would tell it like, give me some resistance, make me work through it, make me navigate and control the negotiation, make me like work for it. You know what I'm saying? And there was even a time where I told it to be mean, be a little rude, be short. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot why I brought that up. But I've been doing all this practice. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, what I'm hoping, I remember. What I'm hoping is that, no, I don't hope this actually, universe, God, never mind. But what I'm saying is, if this were to happen, I wouldn't be mad. Let's say I call this guy tomorrow, right? And this nigga is just having a fucked up ass day. He just found out his girl cheated on him. His son is dropping out of school. His daughter's pregnant or some shit. I don't know. But like, I pick up the phone, I call him. Yo, is this so-and-so? I heard you got a listing there. What the fuck you want? Like, I just want him to be like a dickhead, kind of like, because like, one thing, okay, I'm going to relate it to boxing because you know how I am. I relate everything to boxing. One thing that I wish that I did sooner in boxing is I wish that I started to spar better and more aggressive, more violent and ruthless opposition earlier in my journey. Because if I were to do so, that learning curve and that understanding of the level of aggression that I need to have, and the skill set that I could be exposed to, the different tricks and tactics that one could be exposed to when you face better competition, I would have gotten all of that early. So for my first call, I'm low-key kind of hoping it's difficult. I'm low-key kind of hoping like the difficulty is turned all the way up so I can have my learning curve in that realm. It's like I'm training in the hyperbolic time chamber. If you don't know what that is, click the fuck off this video. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, it's like I'm training under a heavier level of difficulty so that everything is acclimated to where it's like, damn, what is normal for other people is easy for me, and what's hard for them is normal for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and let you guys know how that phone call goes. But yeah, until then, just remember, have an abundance mindset. There's no reason to be afraid. There's no reason to be scared. You're probably gonna fuck up if it's your first time because you're some shit. You're always gonna be some shit if it's your first time. You know what I'm saying? So just be some shit. Be proud that you're shit. Be confidently be some shit, and be some shit the second time, the third time, the fourth time, and maybe by the 25th time, you won't be so shitty. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I love you guys. Have an abundance mindset, and that's it. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.